All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, you guys. Here we are. Here we are doing the daily reflections again. Uh, November the 2nd. And I actually haven't read this yet, so I'm just going to read it to you and read it to me and read it to Amanda, who's here as well. And it's titled Keeping Optimism Afloat. Keeping Optimism Afloat. The reading is from The Language of the Heart, which was Bill Wilson's. I think a lot of his writings in the Grapevine were put into this book called The Language of the Heart. It's a really beautiful book. I've got it here somewhere. It says the other steps can keep most of us sober and somehow functioning, but step 11 can keep us growing. Wow. Isn't that interesting? The other steps can keep most of us sober and somehow functioning. I get that. I get that. For years, I kind of somehow managed without really this next step, which was step 11. But step 11 can keep us growing. Beautiful. We are in November, which is the 11th month, so we're going to focus a lot this month on step 11. Then it goes on to say, a sober alcoholic finds it much easier to be optimistic about life. Optimism is the natural result of my finding myself gradually able to make the best rather than the worst of each situation. As my physical sobriety continues, I come out of the fog. Sometimes we used to say it takes 5 years to come out of the fog, and we don't know we're in the fog till we come out of it. Just so you think, but it's kind of yeah, we don't know we're in the fog till we come out of it. Come out of the fog and gain a cleaner perspective and better able to determine what course of action to take. As vital as physical sobriety is, I can achieve a greater potential for myself by developing an ever-increasing willingness to avail myself to the guidance and direction of a higher power. Boom. And my whole thing is, where do we access the higher power? We have to be present, and so sitting quietly in meditation brings us into the moment. My ability to do so comes from my learning and practicing the principles of the AA program. The melding of my physical and spiritual sobriety produces the substance of a more positive life. Shit works out, right? This too shall pass. And so, yeah, we see life in a different way as we grow spiritually, as we become aware of God or consciousness or each moment, the isness, I call it sometimes. So that's the deal. We grow spiritually through this step 11. So this next 30 days or so, we're going to talk a lot about step 11. So that's it. Love you guys. We have meditations here on Monday nights, every Monday, and we do it on Zoom as well. If you're one of those people who say, "Oh, I can't meditate. I can't get my mind to stop. I can't," I relate. I was like that for years. And I married a girl once, beautiful gal, and she taught me to meditate. And she used to start me out with like a 3-minute timer, because that was it. That was all I could sit for. It was like 3 minutes. And she'd have a timer. It was before cell phones, and we all have timers now. But so I'd sit for 3 minutes and not have to think about how long have I been sitting. And that's where I had to start, because I was just so fidgety or ADD or whatever they call it, that it was impossible for me to sit. And I didn't understand that my mind, it's okay if it's busy. I just watch it, and it'll go off on its own and take me down these roads and down rabbit holes. And so I just watch it. And as I'm aware of watching the mind, then I'm present. So it's a practice. So join us on Monday nights. We sit together. It's a really beautiful thing to sit in a group. And if you can't join us in person, then join us on Zoom. Okay, love you guys lots. Cheers.